go off a tree. My nose up like the police told my cannons to freeze. I'm in a Chevy, it's 100
Jay, quick!
degrees, but with these
I
clothes,
think you need to bring this shit back!
I stack money like it go off a tree. My nose up like the police told my cannons to freeze. I stack money like it go off a tree. My nose up like the police told my cannons to freeze. I stack money like it go off a tree. My nose up like the police told my cannons to freeze.
Music, please.
I stack money like it go off a tree. My nose up like the police told my cannons to freeze. I'm in a Chevy, it's 100 degrees, but with these chrome Giovanni's, it's 103. Got money stashed in a box, keep 100 at least. 4 old school verse, cost 100 a piece. 100 brings 10 to 6, it ain't easy to breathe. The way shit is telling on me, it's so hard to be me. I'm shitting on the industry.
We're a minute late.
With me. I should've rolled the Troy bus cause I'm retarded on me. I stay the proof up like a nigga 40 to see. I'm in a quarter meal car but in the passenger seat. I keep a top-notch red bone to push the beat. And this shit chill on me, what's the rest of the feet? And this suede interiors and lounge you see. I got the whole boulder crest and he's still out with me. I think my play around the spaceman. I think my plug is an alien. I beat the dope like a caveman. I got more wheels than a
The sit down. Jay, we are back.
We are back.
Season 4, episode 2, with our very special guest, the Boost God. The Boost God. You can find Teddy at It's Teddy on Twitter and Instagram. And we come on the air, Jay, with my sorry ass Jets releasing Brandon Marshall.
Supposedly, according to Adam Schefter.
And sources say.
From the Jets organization, that is.
Right.
That's good. You guys are getting young. You're trashing all. Yeah, you gotta get young. You don't have a quarterback this year. Who's playing quarterback?
I'm gonna try out actually.
And you'll probably make it. Back to the show.
You know who I want? This is off topic. I want Matt Barkley, but that's a whole different deal.
He blew balls at USC, bro. Like,
Jay, so we got the Boost God.
Yes, the Boost God.
This is our first guest of the new year,
right?
And you know, this is part of the sit downs. You know, so it started with Teddy calling us old heads, old Nike heads.
Right.
Right.
I'm just an old head. That's it.
Right. And we're old. Definitely old. There's no question about that. Nobody's disputing that. But this year, the sit down, we were trying to kind of bring people on the show that were relevant to what's going on in sneakers and the social world around it that were relevant to that. And Teddy's a big part of that with this Boost wave.
And I noticed two things. Number one, Teddy got cyber goons in them streets.
He does.
Teddy got cyber
goons.
Goons.
Minions.
Yeah, he has cyber goons, I call them. And Teddy's no spring chicken himself. Like,
right. And let's start there because Teddy's out here calling us old and he looks 100. Teddy, how old a guy are you?
I'm 34, but you're taking it out of context. I meant old Nike, not old man. Old Nike head. Like,
got you.
I understand.
Nike.
And I just fired back and said, I'm just old, not a Nike head.
No, it's quick.
Teddy, come a little closer to your audio because you're coming in a little low.
Is this better?
Perfect.
Yeah. So I think the first thing is neither Jay nor I are brand loyal. No. Neither of us are brand loyalists. So, we grew up in an era when Nike was the dominant force, no question about it. And that's what our taste is. But both of us are industry savvy, I would say, and we're able to see what's going on in the world. So, how do you become? What the fuck is the Boost God? How does one become the god of a cushioning technology that we didn't even create?
Well, first it was bequeathed upon me. I didn't just come out the gate and be like, oh, I'm Boost God. Y'all better respect. You know what I mean? That's not what happened. I was just buying a ton. I bought every Ultra Boost I could get my hands on. Everything I saw as soon as I put one pair on. Posted a photo of my shoe room. And then kids on the internet started calling me Boost God. That's it. And then once
I can see that happening.
And once it fucking took off, I was like,
kids are that fickle.
Okay, cool. Like I was like, first off, anyone who knows me, I have been calling myself godlike for a long time in a mental area. You know, I think
you have been.
Yeah, I think all men are gods. I don't think there's anything wrong with people walking the earth thinking they're godly, not in a way of like they should be worshipped, but your mentality. I think people are gods. Yeah, I think we're gods amongst earth.
Teddy, would you consider yourself an opportunist?
No, not at all. Because I could do all kinds of things to make money that I don't do. So. Right,
but if the minions, the Boost minions, the kingdom of Boostites,
Boost Army.
Yeah, Boost right. If they're bestowing the Boost God on you and you take it and run with it and capitalize on it, which by the way,
nothing's wrong with that.
I don't blame you for one bit. I mean, cash in.
We try to cash in every time we get.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you want to PayPal me a couple dollars, I'll take them right now. So,
well, I think, before any money comes into play, though, you know, it's all internet fun. And like I was called Boost God for the longest time, and then I started the channel, and me and my friend were talking about like, okay, with the people are asking me for merch. They're like, because they supported the channel, like, how can we get some merch of some sort, you know? And then I made the Running MD shirt and wore it. And we had the first ones that came out had no label on the inside. They didn't, because we were trying to come up with names for our company. You know, like, what are we going to call this? And I was coming up with these whack names like Extra Laces and Box Fresh and all this kind of just like stuff to me that's just dated and has that crisp sneaker like logo on it. And I didn't like it. And then me and my friend Matt had a conversation. I was like, I don't think kids are going to buy stuff that says Boost God on it, you know? And then we just did it because I have a career outside of this. I don't need this.
You're a tattoo artist, right?
For 16 years. So I'm like a well-known tattoo artist. So it's like,
well,
that once we put out the first shirt and kids were all about it, it was like, well, this is what they like. And I don't hate it. So that was the name.
But hold up, Drew, like to just go back, like Boost technology is not that old. So this is something that you kind of picked up within the last 2-3 years, correct?
Not even, maybe the last year.
I'd say 2 years, maybe, that the technology's been out.
Hair Boost until last May.
Last May, so not even a year, Jay.
Well, not even.
But I'm talking about the technology.
So Teddy, what'd you wear before Boost?
Well, like the day I bought Boost, or like what was I into, or
well, I mean, you weren't the Boost God 11 months ago. You were. Yeah. What were you wearing? I mean, what was your sneaker like? Like you're essentially riding the wave.
Well, I created the wave. I don't think I'm riding.
How did you create the wave?
Because there was nobody buying up that amount no one was collecting Boosts like that. No, people would get a Boost shoe here and there, but nobody was going back and buying all of everything that they could find in their size and only fucking with Boost because they were over Nike and over Jordan and over Asics and over New Balance. Like nobody was like riding for Adidas like that. And that's when I was like, okay, and it's not because I was like, nobody's riding for it, I'm going to do it. It was like, yo, I love this shit.
But like, you can't, I get that, but you can't create a wave.
Well, sure.
By being the best consumer.
Paying attention to what's going on with Boost. For sure. There are a massive more amount of people that are into Boost now because of the channel and how involved I am, how passionate I am about it. Like, I don't think that's not me being.
Hold on, but Teddy, do you think that retail consumption can start a wave? Like, because you buy the most. So if I buy the most Haagen-Dazs tomorrow, am I starting the Haagen-Dazs wave?
No, you're not. But if you turn 5,000 people on who are like, I never would have tried Haagen-Dazs without you, then you are starting.
But, okay, now to that point, 5,000 people within the scope of sneakers isn't really anything.
I'm just throwing out a number.
So what I'm saying is that, do you feel that you're responsible for the rise and the popularity of Boost?
No, I think I'm responsible for it on social media, people paying attention. Because when I started buying Boost, I couldn't even find an answer. I would ask people, what's the difference? What feels better, an NMD or a Ultra Boost? And no one, I don't know, bro. Like no one gave a shit. Like no one was like delving into it and being like, let me be proficient in this product. And again, it's because I love it. Like it's not because I'm like,
why do you love it?
Because it's comfortable and because I was a sneakerhead from the time that I was By the time I convinced my father to buy me my first pair of Nike Airs, I was a sneakerhead. And
so now you completely denounce Nike. We know that.
Yeah, a long time ago.
And that, okay, but you were on the Nike wave.
Yeah, from, let's say birth until I was 23, 24.
And then
what was the cause of that sudden change where you just, was it the product? Was it everybody had it? Like, what made you denounce
Nike SB? I was super heavy Nike SB. And then the culture changed. I know you hate when it's called culture, but
it's really not. But yeah, we understand.
I understand what you're saying.
But like, the first time I used to go to Supreme even before anyone knew where Supreme was, so like as a skateboarder, not as a sneakerhead, as a skateboarder. So it's like, then there started to be lines. Then I started missing out on shoes. Then I had all of my stuff that I already had, like I had, from the first run of SB stuff, like Heinekens and Jedis and all that stuff. Started missing some of the new stuff. Then the new stuff got whack. Then they did 6.0 and I was fucking bummed. I was so bummed because they were bootlegging Tiffany's. They basically copies of their own shit. And then I was like, I'm done. Like I don't want to do this anymore. I'm absolutely out. I can tell you exactly what shoe it was that dropped. I just was done. Like, and then from then on, I just bought whatever. It wasn't like I didn't buy any Nike ever. Like I had like black Huaraches or a Stefan Janowski here and there. But I would just going into a sneaker store at that point was almost like going to a funeral. I'd go into the sneaker store and just be bummed out because I would only be thinking about how it used to be for me.
But Teddy, what I'm hearing is the definition of a wave rider. You rode the SB wave into the Supreme wave, into whatever skate shit was popular, and now you're into Boost. Right or wrong?
That doesn't make any sense, because if that was the case, why didn't I ride the ugly Jordan wave? And why didn't I ride the New Balance wave?
Well, because you didn't connect with it. There's more than one waves to ride. Well, but it seems like your evolution to get here where we are today is you riding from wave to wave to wave to wave, like a classic, like the prototype wave rider. Like you are the epitome of wave rider.
You don't see Teddy as being as being an early adopter.
An early adopter of what, Jay?
Of remember we talked about Boost being only a year and a half old. So if he was in it for a year, you would consider him an early adopter. And I'm just playing it from, devil's advocate.
I mean, I an early adopter of Boost, but possibly, but Boost is pretty fucking popular. Like,
but what if it wasn't? But what if it wasn't?
But it is. We can't live in hypotheticals.
So Teddy,
it is popular, and he's here today because
if Boost shits the bed tomorrow.
He's not the fucking. He's not.
Wait a second.
He's not the god of absorb.
If Boost shits the bed tomorrow, Teddy, will you still wear it?
Absolutely.
No, he's gone.
Absolutely. I wouldn't buy anything else. I'll never buy a shoe that doesn't have Boost in it.
Teddy, let me ask you a question. If Nike called and said, we dig your whole vibe, and we want you to come to Portland and be the fly knit god or the lunar god, and then we're going to pay you $150,000 a year to do it.
No.
Bullshit.
He's lying. I call bullshit.
It's not worth my
Super
time.
Bullshit.
I make more money than that tattooing. Let's get serious. So I wouldn't go work for Nike in any way. In fact, I'm about to drop clothes right now since we're on the phone. It's my time. So, but yeah, like I don't need to do that. Like that's the difference between me and you guys, I guess. I wouldn't even tattoo somebody that I don't like. Or if their idea is bad, I won't tattoo it. So to think that I'm going to step foot in Nike's offices for a paycheck is absolutely ridiculous and kind of insulting, because I would never do that. And I want to touch on the fact too, like you can't call me a wave rider when I step away from sneaker culture in its whole, because it's whack as fuck. And then and nothing feels good on my feet and nothing speaks to me. And then I finally in LA, just walking around, see a new shoe I've never seen before, put it on my foot, and I'm like, oh, this is something different. Let me spend $10,000. That's the difference. That's not me fucking being a wave rider. That's me being like, this is something I like. This is something I believe in. I'm going to fuck with it. I'm going to fuck with it so hard, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Like, which my YouTube channel started from some other shit, which is a completely different conversation.
But one could say that even the inception of your YouTube channel was riding a wave, because YouTube's popularity grew and
Well, fuck. I mean, I guess I'm not born into something. I'm not allowed to get on it because it's riding a wave. Like, what does that have to do with the price of tomatoes? Like, it has nothing to do with nothing.
Let me ask this question.
I'm definitely a wave rider, Teddy. Ride waves, Ted.
I mean, when we're surfing, we ride waves, but like, I don't understand. Like, it has a negative connotation the way that Drew's saying it. Like, that you're just jumping from hot thing to hot thing, which is not in any way the case. Like, anyone that knows me, I don't fuck with a lot of stuff. I dub 99% of the shit that comes my way. But Boost, I like. And even ugly shoes, I like. Like, the comfort of that shoe, it could look like a lunch sack. If it has Boost on it, I fuck with it. Like,
Now, see, I got to interrupt and just say, like, unlike other people, Teddy, and like I said, I'm a straight shooter. I think if you really like the product and that you really dig it and it's something that you're into, then go all out for it.
Right.
Well, he clearly has a passion for the product. I'm not.
Right.
There's no question about that.
Playing the devil's advocate, Drew, is that maybe people get his shit misconstrued because by the time they discovered him, whether it be through internet or something, Boost had already blown up. And it's easy to say he's a wave rider. But if he was there a year ago, when most of us were getting, like, I can't wear Boost because my feet are like Lego blocks and they hang to the side, and I wish I could, but I heard it comfortable. But there's other things that I endorse or that I stand by that I'm not called a wave rider because of that.
Right. Well, Teddy, I don't think either of us hate Adidas or Boost.
Right.
That's not what this is. This isn't a Nike verse or New Balance or Asics versus Adidas thing.
That's my thing. Like, I hate Nike, and that's where people don't understand. Like, which I've never understood either. Like, when I'm talking about something I love, I'm like, yo, this shoe's so fire. Like, this is the shit. And I know I throw shots at Nike here and there, but why do people feel the need to defend their favorite brand to me for expressing my opinion about my?
Because you're flying the Adidas flag, and a lot of people take this. A lot of people take this too far. Now, let me ask you a question. Is your hatred for Nike being because that you had so much, brand equity into it at an early age, and it disappointed you, like that ex-girlfriend? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is Nike like your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, I mean, they are like an ex-girlfriend that fucked up, for sure. They stopped, they took me for granted,
And they disappointed you, and you're pissed off.
Definitely.
And you're like, fuck them.
Tattoo. Let's not get it twisted, y'all. Like, I tattooed a pair of Nikes on myself, like when I was 20. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I love Nike. They fucked up, and they fucked up for so long that they left the door open. Like, I wanted to be a sneakerhead. That's what I'm saying. When I'm going to the shoe store, even my girlfriends at the time would be like, man, you act different when you go in a shoe store. It affected me. Like, I love shoes. So, like, when I would go to a store and there was literally no options for me to eat, I was sad. So, like, this is all a culmination of finally at 33, 34 years old, I'm back into a passion that I love.
Would you say that you're absolutely giving people out there that feel like you an outlet or someone to, like, inspire them to speak out against it? Because to me, that's what happened. I think that since you put your flag in the ground and said "fuck Nike," you kind of like touch the bone in other people, and they're like, yeah,
I think
God says it, so fuck Nike.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people have felt that way in general. I think a lot of people go and buy shoes for peer pressure, like, oh, the Jordan 11 re-release, let's go get it. Like, no one really likes the shoe. They're like, I'm sorry. Like, some of those shoes that people buy, no one really, really likes it. They're doing it because they've always done it. Just like people who love Jordan and never, ever seen a single clip of him play other than a highlight.
That's why I hate some of today's consumers, because
Jay, the Boost minions are in the chat wishing death on me like Yo Auntie did.
Oh, man, listen.
They're out there wishing I'd kill myself.
I get that.
Well, just to be, and that's why I can't stand today's sneaker consumer, because I grew up.
They're wishing death on me because I'm asking Teddy what I think are fair questions.
I'm talking to Teddy. Teddy, I grew up through 90s basketball, which was the best basketball era to me. So those Jordans between 88 and 98, they meant something to me. So when they get released, and not just Jordans, I'm talking about, the gloves and all those other, the Reebok Shacks, those Kamikazes, those things meant something to me. So when they get re-released, I'm buying off of a nostalgic impulse.
Let me transition away from your nostalgia for a second.
Hold up. And I get pissed off.
Nobody cares about your nostalgia.
But I get pissed off if I can't get it.
Yeah.
So that's what fucked the game
but
up for
that's
me.
my argument, is that everyone is buying Nike still out of nostalgia. And Nike knows that. So they're out here giving you the 20.
But not today's consumer. They're buying off of hype.
Yeah, but that's because you guys because of the nostalgia from our generation. Because everybody our age is sitting there always telling these kids that they missed it all the time. So like they're like, yeah. That's why I'm asking. Like, do you even know who Penny Hardaway is? Do you even know what a phone posit is? Do you even have any fucking clue where a phone posit came from? Like, do you know or do you don't know? No, you don't know.
But why does that matter?
How am I a wave rider? And I know and motherfuckers who fucking don't know a thing about shit are not wave riders. Like, because they're
just because you are doesn't mean they aren't too. They are too. I'm not saying they're not.
Well, then there's something wrong with it. You're saying there's something wrong with it 5 minutes ago to me. You're saying
no. I'm just asking a question. I just want to know, like to me, I mean, if a kid didn't see Jordan play, but he likes Jordans and he likes Jordans because they're cool, because of the cool factor. So what?
He was told to like Jordans. He was, from the time he could open his eyes and fiddle with anything, he was told about Jordan. He was told about Jordan. So
yeah, because Nike is
cares about sports.
Teddy, admit this. Admit this for me. Nike is the greatest marketing company on the planet.
Not
Next is Supreme.
Not now. I don't think so.
Next is Supreme.
Nike doing as far as marketing now? Nike is synonymous with Marshalls to me, bro. Like, I don't even.
Hang on a second. You don't think the equality campaign that Nike just put out was pretty solid?
That sounds like a bait, but I don't know that campaign.
It is a bait. I mean, it was. Listen, it was capitalizing off of.
Me, I'm saying I don't know that. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that campaign. I know the Nike Air Mag campaign is bullshit.
Anyway, let me ask this question. You got a lot of kids that like really feel your vibe, that are loyal to you. Mm-hmm. And the thing is for the most part, kids usually identify with guys like that look like Ronnie Feig or John Geiger, that are more clean cut, I'm crisp. And you're a little like, I don't know.
I'm rugged. I'm real. Like, that's like,
so, but why do you think that they gravitate to you instead of the typical?
Because I'm real. They're tired. Everyone's tired of that fake shit. Like this, they.
So you think Ronnie's fake?
No, see, now you're baiting me. I'm saying that like, I don't look perfect. You know what I mean? Like, I don't look like the perfect. I'm not always put together. I even vlog and my house is destroyed. I don't care. Like, I'm just keeping it real. Like, I'm not gonna like shave my face up or change my appearance so everybody thinks that I look crisp.
Drew, look at the fucking blanket behind him. You know life is over.
We're out here, bro. I'm bougie. You know, I'm the perfect mix of bougie. That's just all it is. I got a Goyard wallet and I got holes in my jeans, but like it's a culmination of who I am. You know, like I came up in the era of grunge rock and skateboarding. And then I got into high fashion, you know, somewhere along the way. And now it's all mixed together, and tattooing and traveling the world and just doing all this stuff. This is who I am. Like, it's not everyone's calling it a shtick. Not a shtick. Like, when I don't like something, everyone in the room's gonna know about it.
I don't think it's a shtick, Ted. I'm not thinking that. I'm just curious because, like, you know, I mean, you're not your typical. I mean,
yeah, I'm not your typical clean cut like sneakerhead who's trying to pretend he's perfect. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just a dude who's in love with shoes and who's not afraid to turn the camera on.
I don't think you have to be a clean cut guy to be like it. We all come in different sources and sizes, and I guess the thing is, and what we're trying to get to is the phenomenon and how the essence of it and how it started. Because I can't blame nobody for liking a product. I can't, and I don't think from listening to you that you jumped on it to monetize it. I think that you actually have loyalty for the brand. But I think at some point it turned on for you that, wait a second, I could capitalize on this.
No,
and then you got to
capitalize.
Yeah, Teddy.
That would be an opportunist though, no?
You did.
I can continue to do stuff.
No, but when you create merchandise, you're capitalizing.
Yeah, but so I can travel to, like, I'm on tour right now. I'm going to,
regardless of what the fuck it is.
Right, but that's to reach out to the people. But the people that I'm selling merch to, I'm going to meet them. I'm giving them what they want. I'm giving my audience what they want.
Ted, on tour for what?
So, on what?
On tour for what? You're on tour.
Like just for being myself. Like I'm just going.
You're like on tour as the Boost God?
Yeah, I have pop-ups. You guys seen the lines at my pop-ups?
No, put me on, man. No.
Lines, like when we did a pop-up in Vegas, 9 stores back, around the corner, almost out the door. You know what I mean? Like Vegas or LA, down Melrose, all the way around the block, around the corner. Tomorrow I'll pop up in Philly somewhere. I'll sell out of shirts. New York, I'll be in Saturday. I'll have shirts. I'll sell out of shirts. Cleveland, Ohio.
Let me ask you a question.
You got big sizes, Teddy? Teddy, you carry big sizes?
I got 3X, dog. I got you. You already know. And that's the thing, too. I'm giving people, like, I'm not just printing shit on shirts. Like, me and my homie own a screen printing press. We've talked to private labels. I'm making jeans. I'm making windbreakers. Like, I'm starting a brand. I'm showing.
What's going to happen when the boost wave settles down?
I mean, what do you mean? With me?
Like what's going to happen with all this Boost God merch? Your brand.
I don't think it's going to settle down. How does New Tech, did tires settle down when they stopped using wagon wheels?
Well, Teddy, let me tell you.
So, every clothing brand slows down.
So
Like
I mean, there's transitions. I mean, I can transition it. All right, so if I decide to not do Boost God anymore for the sake of argument, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to ride the Boost thing. It's not like I don't have the same idea.
You're not going to ride the Boost wave.
Right, whatever you want to call it.
What makes your brand? What makes your brand different than Roughneck or Ghost Brand or those other, quirky in the moment brands? Because all you guys are doing is taking popular, imprints and just mocking them or knocking them off and making them to the colorways that go back to the sneakers. So it's not really creation. It's not really designing. You're printing portable marketing tools.
I drew out an entire shirt with roses and all kinds of. There's different graphics.
But you're infringing upon the Boost trademark. Your brand is essentially Boost bootlegging.
No,
He's boosting Boost.
Infringing on the fucking trademark. Is Boost Mobile guilty too, or just me?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's not an original concept.
I'm selling shoes for Adidas. Let's be serious.
Okay, so you're selling shoes for Adidas. So what is your relationship with the brand and with brand execs? Have they reached?
I talked to Wexler. I talked to Andy Barr. I talked to all the reps around town. All the managers are fucking homies. Like,
well, it's funny. It's funny you say that because I reached out to Wex ahead of this interview to get a quote from him, a comment from him. And I asked him at first if he knew who you were, and he said no. And then I kind of prodded him, and he said, "Oh," he goes, "Teddy," he goes, "we get tagged in a lot of the same pictures, but I would be lying if I told you that I had more detail on him. Generally speaking, every brand dreams of having people who are so passionate about the brand that they become advocates for them." From Wex, essentially calling you a super fan.
That's fine. What does that have to do with anything?
But I mean that kind of refutes you're saying that you have relationships with the brand execs and with Wex.
I talked to them. I've DM'd with all of them. You know what I mean? So I talk to people at Adidas in the stores. I go to the stores. I meet people. So just because John Wexler isn't saying like, oh yeah, he's officially hired by Adidas, he's this, he's that, doesn't
reaching out to people 15-year-olds behind a cash register at an Adidas store don't mean shit.
Yeah, I mean, you build the relationships with the stores like every consumer does.
Right.
Okay. I mean, it's whatever you guys want to think as far as that goes. I don't have to prove to you that I have a relationship and that I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you send a DM and because Wex says, oh, I know who he is, a super fan, yada, yada, yada. But I mean, if that's what you want to define me as, that's fine. But I know good and well that I've had conversations with many people in that industry. So take it for what it's worth. I don't have a reason to lie about it. So I don't need Adidas to reach out to me either. I don't need Adidas to hire me. I'm fine.
Have you made any money from the brand directly?
What, from Adidas?
Yeah.
No. Like, has Adidas paid me?
Yeah, to do like
they reached out, told me they were going to send me stuff.
Have they?
Yeah, I can show you the DM if you want to see it.
No, I believe you. I'm not. Listen, Teddy. Just because I'm challenging you a little bit, it doesn't mean I'm not taking you at your word.
Right. And the quote is 2017 will be a great year for you. Keep pushing. So I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not worried about like what anyone says about shit. I know the path I'm on. I don't.
And for the minions, for your minions in the chat, if you guys want to come for me, please do it on Twitter. Use the hashtag the sit down, because I really can't keep up with the chat while we're live. But if you do want to be heard, use the hashtag the sit down on Twitter, and please come for me, because you know I love to be the villain.
You are the villain here.
I am the villain. Especially to your people. The only one I don't want to be the villain to is the Boost Goddess.
Yeah, she'll fuck you up, dog.
What's the deal with that, Teddy?
What?
I mean, you got the, like, she's like stalks you, dude.
No, she doesn't. She's actually a friend at this point. I mean, that's the
She's
thing.
hot, Teddy. She's hot. This nigga Sensei talking. She's hot, bro.
Fans are just people, and I meet them and I talk. I met her husband, her kids.
She's got a husband.
She's married? Hold on, time out, Drew.
I thought she was 16.
Shut up, Drew.
Man, I'm reaching out to families.
Hey, Teddy. She's married?
Yeah, she's married. Y'all can
So I thought you were gonna slide at the boost balls, baby.
Maybe her husband's boost balls, but you know, I'm more than taken care of.
Drew.
What?
Drew. According to the people out there, you're drinking the haterade. Let Teddy go out there and make money till he gets that cease and desist. And then he has to recreate something else. He has a backup plan. He's a fucking tattoo artist, which is a profession. Not knocking it, because I'm full of tats. And he just happens to like a prayer. Let him ride the wave. I don't give a fuck. But there's one thing I just will not call another grown man God.
No one's asking you to. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, just my principle. I just won't call another grown man God.
He didn't call me God. He get him. You're like, what? Like, yo, it's fun. You know
Teddy,
what I mean?
are you able to appreciate the classics from other brands?
To a point, but nostalgia is the enemy, man. Like, I'm not about that. Like, I can't. Like,
so it's your disdain for nostalgia that makes you say things like Jordan 1s are trash and it's not a classic shoe.
I don't hate nostalgia in all things. I hate nostalgia in like sneaker culture. I don't.
Teddy's a little blinded by rage, because he said he said something like nobody likes Jordan 11s or nobody knows about Jordan 11s, and he doesn't. He's just rageous right now.
Yeah, I'm a little rage about Nike. I don't think they're ugly, and not everybody plays basketball, and not everybody cares about sports. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody is like everybody else. Some of us just do our own thing, and I don't give a fuck who plays what. I don't care about Jordan at all. Like, I just don't care.
So you know about that guy that was running up on, he's like Team Bape, and he was running up on people on Supreme lines. Like, can we see you running up on a Nike release and start kicking people in the balls?
I have friends that love Nike, and I'd probably fucking fight that YN Bape kid because he's a bully. Like, I'm not into bullying. That's whack. Like, walking around the streets and like telling kids that they're whack is not something I do. I'll have a
I think personally, fighting for a brand or something that you have no equity in is stupid as a whole.
Stupid. Fighting is stupid.
Like, I think arguing over a brand that you own no equity in is stupid, and that's why I'll continue to wear whatever brand I want. And like, I shit on Nike, I shit on Jordan, I shit on Under Armour, I shit on any brand that I feel I'm not getting my money's worth.
Fair. That's fair. And I feel like that from everyone. From once I put on Boost, I'm like, this is more comfortable than everything else. Why would I go settle for that?
Teddy, let me ask you a question about some of your vlogs.
Okay.
You your following is a younger following, right?
It's a range. I'd say it's from 7 years old to 40 years old. When I have pop-ups, it's a huge range of age.
One of the things that I noticed was it seemed to be that you had a lot of teenagers, early 20s, impressionable types.
I wouldn't say that, but...
Okay. So do you feel like...
Impressionable type, like an age? You think an age group is just impressionable?
I think kids are impressionable.
I think humans are impressionable. I mean, at what point are you...
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Since you've become, and I get that you're just you and you do your thing, and like you know, you're trying to be as authentic as you can be.
Right.
Do you think that the drug use in the videos you know, since your following is so big,
Mhm.
do you think that maybe could be looked upon poorly?
I'm sure it is looked upon poorly, but we live in the real world. Kids are going to find out about weed. They're going to smoke weed.
Well, I'm not talking about so much about.
Well, there's no other drugs in my vlog.
I thought I saw one where you were drinking lean.
No way. Never. I've never put heroin in my body ever.
Lean is
Liquid heroin. Let's be serious.
promethazine is a type of liquid heroin.
Let's be serious.
You're right.
I mean, I have plenty of friends who've died doing heroin. I'm not a drug addict. I guess what I'm saying. I'm not even I would never in my life tell kids to do drugs. I didn't start smoking weed till I was 26, and I'm very, very open about it.
Well, you live in Colorado, right?
Yeah.
Well, you
Damn, son, you were late to the game on that one.
Yeah, but that's what I didn't need.
I was under the impression,
I didn't need it.
and it's possible I got it wrong, and that's why I'm asking you the question. I thought that I saw you drinking at one of the videos, so it's my bad if I'm wrong. But the question was based on
because I don't want anyone running around thinking that I wouldn't ever put it in my body. I don't even eat sugar. Like, let's be like, it's not something I would ever do. So, but yeah, I would say if I did lean, that would definitely inflict upon my success on the internet. I would say, unless I plan on dropping another struggle rap album, as you guys like to call it.
That I said that.
Yeah,
I said it was struggle rap.
I said it too.
Here's my favorite part about this.
I'm the music guy. Drew's gonna roast you. So Teddy, what's your musical influences? Because I heard your music.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your influences?
My life, as far as like who I listen to hip hop wise, it's all old. Really, I don't listen to anything new. It's mostly just Biggie and like old Wu-Tang, and Grave Diggers is one of my favorite albums, the first Grave Diggers album, like stuff like that. A lot of the new stuff I can listen to and vibe with, but as far as the music making goes, my influences weren't musical in my opinion. I was just, at that time in my life, I took 3 or 4 years and just made music, and I just made music with my friends. So it wasn't like,
so you weren't serious about it.
No, I was dead serious about it. I was dead ass serious about it. I did shows, I did all kinds of stuff. I put out albums. It was just me and my friends that were making music. We weren't like, all right, yo, let's sit down and make a hit that we could get on the radio. Like, we were just making the music we wanted to make. That's it.
But isn't that the goal of every musician, to make a hit to put on the radio? No one says let's go in the studio and struggle for 5 hours.
No, but everybody wants to people want to make the music they want. I mean, I can make a radio hit right now if I wanted to. Like, what?
Do it, Teddy. I dare you.
Well, now you have a challenge. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, you can contrive a radio hit, and I don't like contrived things. So that's just not the purpose. And at that point, I was going through a lot of stuff. I was with a girl I was with for 4 or 5 years, and I wanted to write music. It was an outlet. So
there's been a big deal about you signing faces and stuff. When you do you sign Teddy or do you sign Boost God?
At first, I was signing only the Boost God, but then people started wanting both of my signatures.
Can I ask you about signing this kid's face?
Of course you can. Can I ask you a question real quick, though?
Yeah.
Did you ever skateboard?
Actually, so would I skateboard now? Fucks no. But when I was a kid, I did for 5 minutes. I was terrible.
Remember skateboard tours and demos and stuff like that?
No. I went as far as to buy a skateboard, build it myself, and bust my ass.
That's why I don't understand the face signing and the signing of just multiple things. Like, if you went and watched a YouTube video right now of like skate demo, or you'll see kids getting their faces signed, anything signed. I mean, that one kid who got his face signed, he was outside in the hallway looking for pieces of paper for like more. Yeah,
but Teddy, where are you as the responsible adult to say, listen, I'm not signing your fucking face.
If you sign my kid's face, I would shove that Sharpie down your friggin' throat.
There was already a signature on his face. So, and other people in the room have already signed someone's face, and I'm going to be the guy.
And you signed it after that?
Ted, if he asked you to sign his dick, would you sign it?
Whoa. That's like such a small little, like, they're kids, yo. Like, they're kids. Kids do.
That's my point, though. Where's, as a responsible adult, as a 34-year-old human being, where is it saying, hey, man, listen, I'm not signing your fucking face. I'm sorry.
It doesn't bother me. Like, signing a kid's face I signed 2 kids' faces. So having them wash it off. When
Teddy's saying it like he's proud. I signed 2 kids.
I don't think it's a big deal. Like, what is it? Like, so if Jordan signed some kid's face, you'd be upset? Or
I would never do
that. Absolutely.
certainly signed a kid's face before.
I don't think anybody should be signing somebody's face, especially a minor. If some dumbass adult wants you to
what does the age group have?
If some dumbass adult wants you to sign his face, I really have no problem with it. But if a kid's saying sign my face, that's where I would say, from one adult to another, I would say like, hey man,
what harm is it doing though? And it's also context. The kid waited in line for 4 hours to meet me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's context. Like, they're excited. They're like stoked.
Why do you think they wait in line to meet you, man?
Because I'm the man. I mean,
whoa, this motherfucker here.
Like, what is the problem with like that's what it is. Like, as far as this thing goes, like, I'm the man. Like, I'm the guy that cares the most about this shit. So, like, why would you? Stokes. Who else? Who else is even riding for Boost like that? No one even cares. Most people don't even give a shit. Like, they don't even. I post pictures of shoes and people are like, "What shoe is that?" You know what I mean? Like, they don't. If I post a picture of any Jordan, everyone knows the number. So, like, I am the one riding for it. That's a fact. And I like that everyone's face like twists up when you call yourself the man. Like, I'm a confident person. That'll never stop. No one's gonna knock me off my wave. Like, that's not gonna happen.
Teddy, as many kids and young adults, I guess, that care about what you're doing, did you ever think about the percentage of people that really just don't give a fuck and
I don't care about them,
and just like notice that sometimes like there has to be some type of humility within, you know, what you're doing, and maybe
I'm very humble all the time. I mean, like, you can be humble.
You're self-proclaimed man. You said you're the man.
What's wrong with saying I'm the man?
But I'm saying measured how? Measured how?
I have Boost. I have the shoes.
That means shit. That means dick.
You bought them.
That means dick.
You
bought them.
I let them know before they spend their money on them what they're getting into.
Why?
Honestly.
Why? Because you're curving people to go towards a brand that you have no connection with. You don't have a connection with the Adidas brand. Not an official connection.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
So what I'm trying to say is that who anointed you the fucking king?
Me.
No, that's not good enough.
How is it not? Who anoints anybody? Like, what? I have to wait for everyone to say he. And that's the thing they did. They said, "You're the Boost God," and I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm the Boost God."
Yeah, but how valid is that coming from a 12-year-old kid?
So you have to anoint me then, or someone that you respect has to anoint me. It can't be anybody else.
I think
with all due respect, even if somebody that I idolized or looked up to anointed you the Boost God, I'm not. I mean,
so nobody can be anything to you guys. Like, that's basically it. And that's why you call it struggle rap. It's because if you've made it as a rapper, you're whack. If you haven't made it yet, you got to be struggling. There's no middle ground. And that's the problem. Like,
no. I think I called it struggle rap because I thought it sucked.
That's fine, but I'm not struggling with shit. Like, I didn't struggle at all. I mean,
well, I think some of the best lyricists or rappers to me never really saw success. Like, I'm a big Locks fan.
Yeah.
They never saw mainstream success. But I think they were some of the best. So it doesn't mean that's not a medal to say that you're successful, you're the best because you're on the radio. I think the Locks are some of the best rappers out, and they never.
You just said 10 minutes ago that the goal was to get a song on the radio. You just
that is the
why
goal.
didn't Locks do that? Why didn't Locks come correct and drop me an R&B hit?
Well, they did have radio success. They've had plenty of radio success.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with you. I don't think the goal is to have a song on the radio. I think the goal in anything that you do is to make money.
No, I think when it comes to entertainment, I think that you want to be seen and heard. If you're an entertainer and you don't want to be seen and heard at the biggest stage on the biggest level, then what the fuck are you doing?
Jay, the chat called me Bill O'Reilly and you Don Lemon.
Am I not an entertainer?
Jay, you heard that?
I'm entertained by you right now, Teddy. So
that's what I'm saying. So why would I not want to be on the biggest level? And what's bigger than God? So, I mean, I don't understand. I think hung up on the word. If I called myself Boost Pimp, you guys wouldn't give a shit. You'd be like, oh, yeah, okay, Boost Pimp. That's funny. You know what I mean? But, like, it's because you guys think I'm walking around thinking I'm better than everyone else.
Well, listen, you just said I'm the man. You're
said the man too,
you thinks you're better than everybody else. You're just the best consumer.
When it comes down to what's going on with the fucking Jets, you're the man. I'm not. I don't know shit about shit as far as the Jets go. Like, what is wrong with calling yourself the man? What is wrong with being confident? What is wrong with that? because what is wrong with that is when you do that, motherfuckers come around and tell you shouldn't. And I'm not that dude. Like, you're not going to knock me off of what I think I am. You're not going to do that. My own parents.
You got to respect that this man is convinced. He's convinced, Drew.
Is going to fucking affect me, dog. Like, it's not going to happen. That's just
Drew.
it.
They called you Don Lemon, B.
That's okay. Most of these people.
They called me Bill O'Reilly.
Yo, most of the people that are saying this shit are in their mother's basement jerking off to animation.
You don't even know that. That's the thing. Like, that's an assumption to make you feel better about the comments. That dude can have a doctorate. Like,
not on this chat. Not on this chat. Not on this chat. Not on this chat. No one has a doctorate on this chat. Nobody. I promise you that.
Let's get some questions. Use the hashtag to sit down on Twitter. Let's get a couple questions here for the Boost God. Teddy, by the way, I'm entertained. I know.
And I know I talk crazy. I'm not mad. I get this. I'm passionate. Like, and I know you guys too. Like, I think you're both from New York. So, like, I'm around New York dudes. I know how New York dudes talk. I don't get offended. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
no, I mean, you're definitely a good sport, and
yeah.
I'm interested to see if, you know, maybe some of your people have some questions or.
No, his people going for the throat. I just feel like I respect Teddy for his brand loyalty. No, I'm talking all seriousness. Where I just came into, and I respect the man for going after something he likes. That's how I am. If I like something, I buy it. I don't care. I've gotten in trouble for that by the brands. I used to get seeded a while ago, Teddy, and because of my choices of being an individual, I got cut off of those seating lists. So I totally understand.
I decided to make a channel and praise all brands. I could get so much free shit. You know how much free shit is offered to me every day that I'm like.
But you know what? Sometimes it's not about the free shit. It's about going to sleep knowing that you're not a sheep at night. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel about Adidas. I absolutely love Adidas, and I never would have said that 10 years ago. I didn't grow up. None of us grew up on Adidas like that.
And that part I respect, and I give you the utmost respect for that. Now, where I get the little, you know, the hiccup is when you proclaim to be a god, and what you say is not self-proclaimed, it was bestowed upon you, but you also have the right to say, hey guys, I'm no god, I'm just fucking Teddy from Colorado.
Yeah, but Boost God, and I say that all the time, like, I'm just a dude. Like, when kids are meeting me,
yeah, but a dude that feels that he's godlike.
I think there's a difference between an avatar and a person, and it's the internet, and it's entertainment, and it has a title. And I think you're taking the words too literal. I think that's, and I don't know if you're religious. I don't know if that's like, if the word God is sacred. I'm not religious. So, like, to me, it's not like a sacred thing, but it's not to be taken. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, in no way do I walk down the street and try to, like, walk across rivers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really think I'm a god. I just think that it's a moniker to go with someone who has a fucking house full of boosts. Like, you can't even walk in my house without stepping on a dead stock pair of Ultra Boosts. So it's like, it's just
I call you a hoarder, not God.
Well, I wouldn't agree because I don't own anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hoard.
So you got rid of all your SBs. There's nothing in your house that's
everything I owned got stolen like 5 years ago. So anything that I had left over was gone. But before that, I'd sold most of my collection or destroyed it because I was like skating in Heinekens and skating in Jedis and shit like that.
Let me ask you a question. If Adidas 4 years from now decides to discontinue the Boost technology, what will you do then?
You'll be flying it, God.
I have enough pairs to last me the rest of my life. I'm good. It was a good run, a good 3-4 years.
So wait a second. So back to that. Is it more the technology or is it the brand? Because Boost could have been.
It's the combination. You know what I mean? Like, you're right. Boost could have come out on Nike, but they would still use the same uppers and the same. You know, it's the combination. Like, the way Prominent on the 1.0 looks is what got me. You know, I thought it was a beautiful looking shoe. And then just the way that feels, I put on Roshis, I put on Flyknits. Like, none of that feels the same. It's a flimsier shoe. It doesn't feel the same on your foot. So yeah, it's about that tech and the way it feels on your foot. Like, I'm an old guy. I like comfort. I'm not putting on a blue and white shoe to go impress you. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm wearing this right now. This thing's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be serious, but it's comfortable, and it's so comfortable that this ugly ass shoe is one of my favorite shoes. You know, like, that's all it is.
So let me ask you a real question.
All right.
Since you became the Boost God, how's those DMs looking? How's those DMs looking, Teddy?
DMs are wrecked all the time. Yeah.
Teddy, I got a question for you.
Hold up, Teddy. Any nudies? You get a little.
There's a few.
Here we go.
Come on, Boost God. Talk to me, baby.
Ted, so back to your brand.
Mhm.
So for me, just to give you a little background, for me, I've worked in the industry for 22 years.
Yeah, you used to sell shoes to Jim Jones.
Oh shit!
Back in like 07.
Oh shit!
So, anyways, but so I've been in the industry a long time, and I've seen ebbs and flows.
Right.
And you talked about it with SB. It's popular, it goes down. It's popular, it goes down. It's popular, it goes down. And it's like a roller coaster.
You think SB's been doing this for years, or you think it just sunk? I haven't followed SB.
I think it's down now.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to come back, but historically everything has done that. I mean,
I got in on that before it even popped. I had a friend who was a skateboard store manager who couldn't sell them. Like he couldn't even get rid of Nike SB.
My point is at some point, the Boost technology is going to transition to something else. At some point, the popularity is going to wane. Not just for the Boost.
I don't really believe that. I think that you're going to have Boost implemented into.
No. It will, Ted. It will. I'm not saying the technology is going to go away permanently, but everything ebbs and flows. I mean, the brands constantly innovate. So
Yes.
Adidas will create something else and put their marketing dollars behind that, and Boost will be on the back. But it's just the nature of the business.
I can see where you're going with that. Yeah.
So so is your plan? Maybe you don't have a plan, but is your plan to transition to the next wave with your brand, or are you going to continue to be all Boost everything, even when Boost isn't popping? Like, who are you going to sell hoodies to when nobody wants a Boost hoodie?
The people that will still buy hoodies when I make hoodies that are nice. Like I can change. Like let's just say I decide, like again, not to do Boost God or anything anymore. I mean, I can come out with shirts name the company Heaven if I wanted to, and be like, yeah, I made these cool sweatshirts. Who wants one? You know what I mean? And that's for the consumer to decide. That's not for me to be like, who's gonna buy this? I don't care. I didn't even just start this. I wanted to start a clothing brand like when I was 18. And then I put it on the back burner, never thought of, every 18-year-old wants to start a brand, you know what I mean? And then years later, all these pieces that I put together, down to my struggle rap beats that everybody wants to buy now, down to video work, down to photography, down to sneaker collecting, down to tattooing, down to traveling, has all come at the same place and met up. And that's where I am now, because this is a culmination of my life. That's what this is. And if I have to change and that's what I'm saying, like if Adidas came out with something called Booster, and let's just say it's a whole different, I'm not going to become Booster God, or if it comes, or Alpha Bounce. It's not like I was like, oh yeah, the Alpha Bounce is the new thing. Or if they come out with some gel, I'm not going to be like, okay, now I'm Adidas Gel God. That's not the plan. The plan really is to become a big YouTuber, and travel and really do video work. I really enjoy doing video work the most. I really enjoy editing. I really enjoy putting together these vlogs every day. The sneakers I love a lot, so it's a really great thing to include, but my passion is creating content. Like, let's not get it in any way twisted. That's my passion. So
okay. What YouTubers do you like?
I don't watch anybody like regularly. Like Casey Neistat is someone that I've seen a lot of because he's all over the place. And then you talking about sneaker YouTubers?
No, not necessarily. Like, do you consume YouTube content?
I'm not huge on like YouTube in the YouTube community. Like I just found out about that Drama Alert show the other day, and I think that's
so essentially you like to create and produce YouTube content, but you don't like to consume YouTube content.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of other stuff. Yeah, for show.
What content do you consume? Like, what inspires you?
These days I don't watch a lot of anything, man. Like I'm just working on stuff. I feel like I've been inspired previous, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like there's anything I'm watching now that I'm like, okay, I gotta do something like that. You know what I'm saying?
So there's no medium that you like, that you enjoy, that you say, I gotta check this site, or I gotta see what these people are doing, or I gotta see what's hot here. There's nothing.
Not that I can think of. Like I don't know if I'm following. Like you mean like do I check Fader? And I'm like,
anything, any site. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
sometimes I check out sneaker news to see if there's anything I don't know about, and then when a new album drops on Tidal, I'll check. When whatever album drops, I'll give it a fair listen.
But you're not consuming content on net or on YouTube, or you're not consuming.
Generally, I'll watch the complex sneaker shopping videos just to get angry.
Just to get angry?
Yeah, just to get mad. But that's about it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think, not really. And again, maybe like random stuff here and there. And I'll show love to some of the homies that make vlogs. If they post something and I see it or something, I'll go check it out for them and feedback or something. But
regardless of what, you got to salute Teddy for finding a lane. I don't want to say wave. Finding a lane.
No question.
Finding a lane that he's passionate about and being able to flip that into some type of monetary gain, because I feel like the sneaker industry takes enough money from us. Why shouldn't we take back?
Absolutely. Listen,
Teddy, I'll be there Saturday to get my T-shirt, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
Teddy, the one thing, Jay, I can't wait to see your ass wearing a fucking 3X. Oh, it's Teddy Boost God hoodie.
I'll hit him with
Talk about culture vultures.
I'll hit him with the Kanye.
You running the streets of Stanford in a Boost God hoodie is culture.
Why not? What culture? What culture, bro? What culture? What culture?
The age-old argument: is it a culture or not?
Listen, the man is out here gassing the game and squeezing freshly made orange juice out of it. Congratulations.
Listen, I respect more than anything, Ted. I respect you cashing in.
I think I'm provoking people to think for themselves. I know you'll disagree. You think that people disagree.
Wholeheartedly disagreeing.
Yeah, I know, but like I think that I'm like the dude in the corner that's when the kids are walking to get Jordans, like, you ain't gotta wear that whack shit, and they're like, don't, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's it. Like, and as far as how I look, I think that people look at me and think that I should be successful. I think there's a snap judgment, and they're like, there's no way. And then they find out there's substance to me, and then they're like, oh, okay, I'm interested. I think that I'm aware of my personality. I think that carries people a long way.
Do you respect any of like the OGs in like the sneaker game?
Who are we referring to?
Anyone? Like are you up? You already know I hate the term culture. Are you up on like the history of like the sneaker shit?
I'm not gonna say that I'm like super nerd, but I think I can follow. I'm pretty sure.
Like guys like Jeff Staple or Bobito, Ronnie. Like, do you respect?
Love it. I love Jeff Staple. I love Ronnie. Like when I love Kith. I just got into Kith this year. I used to fuck with it back when it was in Atrium. I didn't know what it was.
I don't fuck with Kith because I can't fit it. So if I can't fuck with nothing I can't fit.
Fair.
If I can't fit it, I don't fuck with it. So
yeah, fair enough. You know what I mean? Like I understand that, but like, so yeah, I mean, Jeff Staple was one of my idols even way back in the day. You know what I mean? And
I fuck with Jeff too. Jeff is good people.
Videos and he had his Nike collections. I used to think it was so sick, but like same thing. Like everything just got played. Like all the Air Maxes and everything. I bought all that shit, and then I was just over it. You know what I mean? And then really they discontinued the Air 180, and that's what really did it. But like, yeah, I respect all those dudes. I think everybody's got their place. I just think it's a new time. I think it's time. And I know some people think like, oh, you're just trying to be an OG in something, but that's not. I'm not trying to pretend to be an OG. I'm just trying to pretend. I'm just trying to fucking do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. So, but I don't have any disrespect for any OGs. I'm not like, well, so-and-so has a collection of Nike, so they suck. You know what I'm saying?
But what the fuck is an OG, to be honest with you? What is an OG?
I don't know. I guess it's a timetable. I mean, to me, it seems like the only people who are calling people OGs are the guys that have been around forever. So, I mean, an OG.
No, Teddy, I'm with you. I think the OG term is bullshit. I don't think they're. I don't think there is.
To me, it's either or, Drew. Either you're building or you're destroying. There's no in between. Like OGs, so what? I'm an OG.
I mean, everybody gets into something at some point.
Kind of like gang mentality, though. I mean, it's like they're sneakers. You know what I mean? So that to me, calling yourself an OG is worse than calling yourself a god.
But wait a second, time out. In the gang culture, even in the street culture, OG is somebody that's supposed to uplift and give guidance. Like the fucking dudes in sneaker culture don't do that shit.
I feel like I'm trying to help people a little bit. I like spread some positivity out there. I tell these kids they can do shit the way they want to do it. You don't have to do it the way everybody else tells you to do it. And I'm living proof of it. So like I don't think that I'm hurting anybody. That's my main thing too. Like,
definitely not. And listen,
negativity.
I think that cashing in on it is smart as fuck. I mean, listen, I don't agree with a lot of it, Ted, but I respect the shit out of the capitalist part of it. I mean, that's the
least. That part is the reward just for like work. That's the reward for passion. It's not like I ever started this being like, I need to get out of my situation.
No, I get that. I get that. I mean, listen, a lot of times you don't start something with the goal to make it pay.
Right.
But you know, there is something to be said for being smart enough to see when there's listen, there's nothing wrong with being an opportunist.
I mean, fair, yeah, but I just don't feel like I feel like opportunist is premeditated, whereas for me, this all happened organically.
I think an opportunist is somebody who sees an opportunity and takes advantage of it.
Yeah, see, that's not what
I think an opportunist is not a negative connotation. It's not negative.
I don't. When I say opportunist, I'm not trying to be a dick about it. I know that the comments in the chat.
You're a dick about everything, by the way, Drew. You are. That's the way you are.
Right. I mean, listen.
And I think that people get a bad connotation when you say opportunist. I mean, it's not negative. It means half of the things that we, use and admire and kind of live with are made because of opportunities.
To be honest, Teddy, I would think you were stupid if you didn't make money off it at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
Fair, but here's my question, because earlier you asked me about Nike. If I gave you both $20,000 to only rep Boost God, would you do it? I mean,
for how long?
For 3 months. If I gave you 20 grand,
absolutely.
Okay, just wanting to know.
but by the way, I don't dislike the product.
Right, I got you.
I don't dislike it. I'm not.
Gotta sign your face for 20K.
No.
I'll find a 12-year-old, Teddy. I'll find a nephew for you to sign his face for 20K.
Teddy, I gotta tell you, there's no amount of money that's gonna make you sign my face.
Fair.
He's lying, Teddy. He's lying. He's lying.
Jay, Teddy, I'm not lying.
He's Teddy. You could probably sign Drew's face for a gyro and a Diet Coke.
Teddy, I got a 7-year-old boy. And if that boy waited online to see you and you signed his face, you would get these hands.
But I think that's why it affects you. Right? And your position is to guide him through life as best as you can.
Say that again. I missed the first part. I'd say it again.
That's like why you have this thing with the face signing is because you have a child. And your position is to guide him through life and help him maneuver through life and not be a dummy. You know what I'm saying? And to you,
right, and not let some guy sign his face.
Right, but like that's
because it's degrading.
And I get that, but one day your kid might come home with
his face signed,
Amigos sign on his face, or
bust his ass.
There's nothing you can do about it. You just gonna be upset.
But I mean, if you agree with me that it's degrading to do, why would you do it?
It's degrading. I don't think it's degrading.
But you just said it was.
No, I didn't. I never said the word degrading.
I did. I said degrading, and you said, yeah.
No, I didn't. Well, I didn't mean to agree with the degrading part.
All right.
I didn't hear that. I was saying that I just think as a father, your perspective is different. I'm not a father. So like it's a different perspective, like you have something that you protect like that and you would never want to see your son do that. And I can respect that in your family, but like other people do whatever.
We've all done things that our parents aren't too happy with in our life.
I used to come home covered in mud and whatever, dude, Jordan is a perfect example. First pair of Jordans my dad ever bought me, popped the air bubble the first day. First pair of Reebok pumps I got, ripped the pump right out because I wanted to see how it worked. You know what I mean? My dad was fucking furious. So
Drew, don't you think that if the kid got a science face, that the first one should catch hands to be the parent to let him?
I would absolutely, as a parent, feel like I fucked up somewhere along the line.
I think that's crazy.
You should.
Your worries. I feel like if they get to 25 and the worst they did was get their face signed by a sneaker guy, I think you did pretty good.
That's worse. Getting your face signed by a sneaker guy.
I don't know, man.
Y'all are sensationalizing this.
That's right up there. Like
It's crazy.
Teddy. I just in closing, Teddy, I just wish you the best of luck. I want you to keep on making money and screw the sneaker industry in any way possible.
I appreciate it.
That's my takeaway.
I appreciate
Jay,
it.
I want to see you in a Boost God hoodie.
I'm gonna get it. What the fuck? What's the big deal?
I think we might be sold out after I tweeted, but we'll get you one.
How many pieces did you sell?
Since we tweeted? Hold on a second, I'll tell you. 400.
Jeez, good for you, man.
God bless
Well
them. 400 hoodies. That's excellent.
No, just like random. We have different stuff. We have keychains and.
It doesn't matter, Teddy. You're doing business. You're doing numbers, bro.
I appreciate it.
Whatever keeps you out of that booth rapping, I'm all for.
I know. Yeah, that's an uphill battle.
Yo, Teddy. Next thing you know, a lot of people have been asking you to make a T-shirt with that pattern of that throw blanket behind you.
This is fire, son.
That shit is. I can see Russell Westbrook wearing that on the way to the game. That shit is fire.
We can put it on these right here. I don't know if y'all saw these yet. We put them on this. What the
fuck? Wait, it's so white. Hold up.
There's no way I could get my fat foot in there.
It's super stretchy. Look at this.
There's no way.
Come on, how big is your foot?
Yeah, you can get your foot in there.
Huge.
True.
And my cankles and my calves. Come on, man. There's no way.
Drew, your heel will be in the shoe, but your forefoot will be on the ground.
I would lean that shit out so hard.
Yeah, fair.
Yo, Teddy.
Yes,
any
sir.
shoe, wear testers should hire Drew to stress test shoes lateral movement. He can lean any shoe.
Fattest feet.
That's crazy. They just crack on you.
Nothing can hold me, man. That's it.
Here's your lane right there. You could be Crush God, and you can start your damn.
Nah, I'm not trying to be no god. I'm in my lane. This is my lane.
Crush guy, and then you could just crush shoes and show people what falls apart. You know what I mean, there's a lane.
Listen, I have no desire to sign anyone's face.
All right.
And be the god. I'm not going to be the god of fat feet. I'm good.
You sign his face and like everyone.
But listen, I feel like altogether, I think the audience, besides his minions, but the audience got to see another side of Teddy. I'm not going to say the G word, and explain himself. What I took out of this, Drew, the man has a passion for a brand. He saw a lane, jumped in it with the whip, and he's driving down it, and he's slinging T-shirts, and everything's going to be good until he gets the cease and desist, which I hope doesn't happen anytime soon because I want my hoodie.
You're all good. No.
There we go.
Teddy, thanks for being a good sport. I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Safe travels around the.
Teddy, can you make sure Drew doesn't catch hands by any of your goons?
They're coming for me. You got to see some of these comments.
Protection on Drew, y'all. Until I give the word.
I'm going down to Philly to hand deliver some hands to one kid though. Nice. He gonna get the UPS direct. He know who he is.
I'm in Philly right now. I'll be in New York.
He got a lot of shit to say, but we gonna see with them hands. Anyway, that's a different story. Ask about me, people. I take planes, trains, and automobiles to come see you.
Okay, Jay.
Teddy, I'm sorry. Thank you, Teddy.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, guys.
Hey, thanks for coming on, Ted. Appreciate it. Everybody, thanks for watching. And once we go live, once the live portion ends, it'll take a few to upload, and then we'll get the link out so everybody who missed it live can see it. I'm sure I'll get more hate mail. Bring it on. That's fine. I'm ready for it.
We're gonna be wrecked for
They're coming for you.
I'm here for it. I love it. I really do. I do. All right, guys. Hey, good night. Thanks very much. Right. And if you're not already, check out Fat Kid Deals.
Is that you?
Wow, it's a Fat Kid thing. We're powered by Fat Kid Deals.
Fat Kid Deals.
That's
our
affiliate.
Friend of the show.
Nice. I like Fat Kid Deals. He likes me. He tweets me sometimes.
There you go.
Get some hoodies with him. Let him sling some hoodies.
You got to give him an affiliate. You got to give him an affiliate gig on your hoodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to talk to him. I think I know the guy. We can put you in touch.
Fair.
All right, guys. See you later.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace.